Our next Alumni Fellow is Ron Wasserstein, the final honoree from the College of Arts and Sciences. Ron has been Executive Director of the American Statistical Association since 2007, where he ensures the ASA fulfills its mission to promote the practice and profession of statistics. He is responsible for a staff that serves more than 14,000 members from ASA's headquarters in Alexandria, Virginia. He was a mathematics and statistics faculty member at Washburn from 1984 to 2007 and vice president for academic affairs his last 7 years at Washburn. He is grateful for the relationships he had with the faculty, staff, and administration in that role. Ron joined the ASA in 1983 and served the association in many leadership roles before becoming the chief executive officer of the association. His favorite part of the job is meeting with colleagues across the nation and around the world because they are always doing interesting and impactful work. Ron, on behalf of the Alumni Association and the College of Arts and Sciences, we are pleased to honor you as a Washburn Alumni Fellow.
Before this event, and as it turns out during this event, I received admonition to not go on too long. And there are many people here who know me, and so all those people will tell you that what will not appear on my epitaph is that Ron Wasserstein was a man of few words. I will try to be brief today, and so in order to do that, I will, even though I loved the 23 years that I spent working here, and my heart sings to see my colleagues here from those days. But I will focus very briefly on 4 years as an undergraduate. And start by saying that this is the last place I wanted to go to college. It wasn't anything against Washburn. It's what would I say? Oh, it was probably something against Kansas. I just didn't want to be here because I was 18 and thought like an 18-year-old male. I wanted to get as far away as possible. So I was signed up to go to the Coast Guard Academy, which is pretty far away. But Washburn provided some wonderful scholarships, and there was this cute girl that kind of kept me here and still keeps me here. She's right over there, along with a non-random sample of my children and grandchildren. When I was a student, I benefited from the things that you benefit from when you're a student at Washburn University, and that is faculty members. I was treated so well and learned so much from the faculty and from the classes that I took. Sure, I learned to program computers and I learned to do linear algebra, but I also learned that there were lots of ways of knowing the world. And so general ed courses taught me to see perspectives that I would not have had otherwise. I learned also the value of a good book and how enjoyable it is to sit in a good theater presentation. All those things I owe to Washburn. But I bet the students in here would also agree that you learn a lot outside of the classroom that's really important as well. And while there's a lot of stories that I could tell and some of them that I should not tell, I will just tell one because it has followed me around in life. Before I figured out that I wanted to be a math major, I thought I was going to be a journalism major. And so I was the editor of the Washburn Review. We printed those back then. Do you remember that? This was shortly after Gutenberg, so no big deal. But it was a weekly paper. And so the first issue of the paper came out. I was so very excited. There used to be boxes on the campus where you would walk through and you could just pick up your paper on whatever day of the week that the paper came out. And so I was so excited when that first newspaper that had me on listed as the editor of the review came out. And the journalism advisor, Jean Lang, called me and said, "Let's go for a walk." And so we went for a walk around the campus, and she showed me, she just wanted me to see how people were using the newspaper that I had so lovingly prepared for them for that week. It was quite a useful lesson to see how the best scenario was a quick grab of the newspaper, rifling through it, and then disposing of it largely in improper ways. But otherwise, I would see things like people spreading it out right out here on the lawn to sit on, or to play various games with that did not involve reading the newspaper. And this was an extremely valuable lesson, because what I took away from that little walk, and by the way, I was happy to learn that it wasn't just for me, but that she was used to taking editors out for a walk. What I learned from that walk is to work hard, to produce things that you are proud of, and then not to think too much of yourself. So that was a valuable lesson. Thank you, Jean Lang. Thank you, Dean Irby. Thank you, Dr. Cook, for this honor. It's just a delight to be back on campus. Thank you so much.